Hi, my name's Robert from my home, and I'm making a video to show you how to make bruschetta. Here is my audience before we get started, and now we'll get going. Before we get started here, making bruschetta requires a few simple ingredients and steps. I can show you how to make something that is both easy to make and healthy to eat. Trying to find the time to make something healthy to eat that is cheap and healthy can be difficult, but I can show you how to get that done in just 7 quick, easy steps, and you can be eating delicious homemade bruschetta in no time at all. First thing we want to do before we get started is list the ingredients that we'll be using today. First off, we'll be using Roma tomatoes. You want about 6 to 8 of those. These are the best. You can substitute cherry tomatoes if you want. Any other tomatoes really don't do that well because they can make it kind of runny or a little extra juicy, but if you like that, that's fine. But from what I found, Roma tomatoes work the best. You'll also be using basil. I buy this pre-packaged. You can get it from your local Smiths. A lot of grocery stores have it. You can even get a plant if you have a herb garden to grow. You'll also need olive oil. This is way more than we need. You'll need about 2 teaspoons of that, or deciding on what you like, your preference. French baguette. This comes in a pre-sliced bag. I also buy this from Smith's. You can get it from any grocery store. I like to get pre-sliced because it actually saves a lot of time and mess when you're doing this, but a whole baguette that you cut would be just fine. You want to cut it about that thickness or so, because you don't want it so thin that everything falls apart, but you want it thick enough to hold everything that you're going to be putting on it. You'll be using Parmesan cheese. I have here shaved Parmesan cheese. You can use grated, you can get a block of it, shave it yourself. Once again, I like this because it cuts down on the prep time and helps a lot. Pepper and salt and garlic is going to be what you're using today. Then after that, I'm going to be talking about the steps to make the bruschetta. These steps can be done in any order with the same results. Like I said, 7 easy steps. It's real easy to do, but the way I like to start out is I like to start out with the Roma tomatoes. And what you want to do, excuse me, let me move that. You just want to thinly slice this, or dice, I'm sorry. Of course, you will need a cutting board and a knife to do this. And I'm not the best at slicing, so here's your proof that anybody can do this. It's real simple. Like I said, these tomatoes are real good because they don't have a lot of fluid and water and stuff like that in there. Because you don't want it too juicy, because then it's going to get your bread all wet and soggy, and nobody likes that. You got to have it nice and toasty so it upholds very nicely. So you're going to finally chop that. It's just a rough chop. It can be big, it can be small, it doesn't really matter. And then you want to take that and you want to add that to a bowl. I've already taken the liberty to chop most of what I have. I've got 8 Roma tomatoes in there. Then you want to take your prepackaged basil, open that up. I've already pre-cut a bunch of this, but there'll be a bunch in here like this. And all you want to do is remove the leaves from the stem. This is also very, very easy. Take the stem, just throw it away when you're done. And what I do is I just bunch up the basil, kind of in a little ball or a little roll, and then just thinly slice on the sides. Just like the tomatoes, this can be rough cut. It's up to you. I like it a little fine dicing going on. That way it covers all your tomatoes. So you want to take that and you want to add it. There you go. That's your final, what it looks like when it's all chopped up. You want to take this and just dump that right on top of your tomatoes. It's already looking very nice. Got this. Next step is you're going to want to add some olive oil, about 1 to 2 teaspoons. Honestly, the way I do it is I just drizzle a little bit over it. There you go.
Same with salt and pepper. Just take a little bit of this. I use peppercorns in here. Freshly ground pepper is always good. You're going to want to add this just to your preference, however much you like to have. Some people like more, some people like less. Same with the salt. I like to use Mediterranean sea salt. It's a little coarse, but once it's in there, it starts to dissolve and mix with everything. It's very nice. Maybe a teaspoon or two. Some people like more salt, some people like less. So it's up to you, however you want to do this. Next, what you want to do is once all this is in a bowl, you want to take your bread, put it in the oven for about 350 degrees. Let that toast for about 5 to 8 minutes, depending on how crunchy you like it. While that's toasting in the oven, you can take this, mix it up, let it sit. And while you're waiting on the bread to toast, you can add your garlic, which I nearly forgot. So here's your garlic clove. Depending on how much you like garlic, you can add 1 to 2. My family, we're not real huge garlic fans, so we'll just use 1 garlic clove. You try to get as much of that outside covering as you can, but if there's a little extra, no big deal. Now what I have here is a garlic crusher. This really helps in it, but if you don't have something like this, you can just smash it on your cutting board here with a knife, and then just scoop it up and put it in there. This stuff crushes very, very well. And all you do is you take your bowl, and there you go. You can see it going in there. Nice and smashed up so it mixes well together. So you take that, mix it up real nice and good. You can let that sit out on the counter and let all those flavors mingle together. It's going to be real good. Some people like it to sit in the fridge a little bit and get some good flavor. I think it's good within just a few minutes, because after it's done sitting out, everything melds together well. And like I said, about 5 minutes on that toast, and then you're ready to eat it. So I've already gotten some bread toasted here. So once all that's done, your bread's toasted, all you need to do is you need to take yourself a scoop of your bruschetta, then open up and put a little Parmesan on, and there you go. Bon appetit. Very good. Very good. So, excuse me. In conclusion, today I've showed you the ingredients to make bruschetta and the associated steps. And there you have it, 7 easy steps to make bruschetta. And just like the old Italian woman that gave me this recipe told me, keep it simple and let the ingredients speak for themselves. Thank you. Have a great day.